This is his medicine. If I make him shut it down for a couple of days, he's literally sick.
He's one of those kids that really wants to be one of the greats, and not just high school, not just college, but he want to be one of the greatest basketball players ever played the game.
Ain't nothing finna stay in front of him. He gonna keep going until somebody tell him to stop.
His attitude, you can see it in him. He wants to win.
Nothing can get in his way, so when he focus, he focus. You can't shut him down. It's like he a machine. You gotta cut him off. So if you don't cut him off, he just gonna keep working.
This could have been Callaway competing for the crown in the JPS Holiday Tournament. Last year, the Chargers were everywhere, participating in tourneys locally and throughout the country. This season, everything has changed.
It's 10% what happened, it's 90% how you deal with it. I think that it's something that could have definitely been avoided.
Callaway and crosstown rival Provine capped off 2012-13 in an unfortunate manner. The sixth meeting between the programs that season was a battle for the 5A title. A game where 65 fouls were called, tensions boiled over, and could have potentially changed Malik Newman's future at Callaway High School.
Like midway through the third, I ended up grabbing the rebound, and I just waited till everyone cleared out, and I pushed the ball down the floor, and I ended up going up for a floater, and someone ran under me. So when they did that, I fell. You know, the referee called the foul and things. So when I was on the ground, one of the Provine players walked, like he tried to walk on top of me, like I kind of just pushed him out the way. And then he walked back again, so I pushed him again. And then Cortez came out of nowhere and he pushed him. Then it just, a big fight started after that.
I took it farther than what it was because he like my brother, so if that's my brother, I ain't finna let you mess with my brother.
Got a whole bench clear, people were just pushing and some was trying to swing and things like that. And I just remember Coach Chuck grabbing me and sending me to the bench so I won't get into it with anyone or anything like that.
I was seeing what they was trying to do. You know, they was trying to take him out the game, try to hurt him and stuff. So, I mean, it wasn't right what they was trying to do. So that's why, you know, I really got ejected than him getting ejected.
People came from everywhere. People came from out the bench. So when I saw that happen, I walked out on the court, you know, just to protect my son because I didn't know what was happening.
The situation escalated as the incident happened right in front of Callaway's bench. Players, coaches, and parents flooded the floor as chaos erupted. On the other side of the court, the Provine bench watched the episode take place.
I told my coaches to, you know, try to keep the guys there, and I immediately wanted to go onto the court. You would hate for something that happened to any of them, whether it's Provine and Callaway, that would stop them from competing at the next level or obtaining a scholarship.
It was a natural response for Newman's teammates and others to try and break up the scuffle taking place. But the punishment for coming to his rescue was serious. Rod Taylor was ejected for Callaway, while Jerikas Davis, Jonathan Thomas, and Kyarius Brown were thrown out of the game for Provine. The Chargers would go on to win 69-65 and grab their second straight title, but the sanctions handed down afterwards by the Mississippi High School Activities Association were heavy. Callaway was fined $1,500 and put on probation through the end of the 2013-14 regular season, which includes not being able to participate in tournaments and travel or host teams from out of state.
The reason that Callaway had the penalty that they had was because they had substitute players that actually came off the bench. And Provine only had one that actually came off the bench that we identified. So with our penalties for any type of altercation that occurs on a field or court, it's, you know, coaches are required to keep their players from coming onto the playing surface.
David Sanders had to incite damage control upon taking over at Callaway, following Wayne Brent's departure for Jackson State.
A lot of guys didn't understand what all the probation entailed, so there's a lot of guys, you know, talking about, you know, maybe, you know, going to prep schools and leaving.
Soon after the probation was handed down, Newman and his father were contacted by top prep powerhouses.
Prime Prep, Mount Verde, Oak Hill, Finley Prep.
It was worse than it was with the colleges because they was aggressive, you know, and they just had heard what happened and they just knew that, you know, this kid didn't need to be there, you know, and this and that. So it got bad for a minute until I just finally said, you know, Malik's not going anywhere. I didn't want to give anyone the satisfaction of saying, well, we ran Malik Newman off. You know, Malik have a chance to do something special here in Mississippi, and I'm going to allow him that chance to do it.
I've been at Callaway, you know, my freshman and my sophomore year. And I didn't want it to be like, okay, well, since Coach Brent leaving, then I'm leaving, because I know that Coach Sanders can coach also. So, you know, I know that he could have helped me. He could have helped my game.
As the nation's top junior, wherever Malik Newman goes, college coaches will follow. He already has the exposure he needs for an opportunity to play at the next level and beyond. But it's his teammates who are affected the most by this year's probation.
It'll slim down their chance of going to the college that they'd like to go to. Or maybe they'll just have to take the junior college route when, you know, if we was able to travel or something, maybe they can get the looks from the schools that they wanted to get the looks from, because, you know, I know like they know that college coaches are going to come out and watch me.
It's just the exposure, man. We're missing out on a lot of exposure, and the state is missing out on a lot of exposure. You know, with a guy like Malik and Mario playing together, I really think that we could play some of those national teams and really have a shot to beat them.
In a way, it does hurt Malik. You got the #1 kid in the country, but nobody's seeing him play in high school simply because he can't be on TV, can't go play in the invitational tournaments that they're on. So now it's in the back of their mind, well, who is he playing against? He's playing against lackluster competition, you know, so is he truly the #1 kid now? So now he got to go this summer and reprove himself all over again, you know, well, I'm here, I'm still here.
The Chargers know that having the #1 player in the country, accompanied by the nation's 16th-ranked sophomore, puts an even bigger target on their back. Each night, Newman will face his opponent's best defender, and above wins, losses, and anything else, Sanders' most important message to his program is not to make the same mistake they made last March.
We're a championship basketball team. We are what they aspire to be. So we're going to show them how a championship basketball team acts. So let's not get caught up in no foolishness. I'm not going to get caught up in no shoving match, no pushing match. I'm going to let them do all that. A lot of people going to try to come in the league with a lot of dirty stuff. We ain't going to get caught up in it. The main thing is, if something does for some strange reason haven't happened, nobody needs to bench at all. That's why we're in the situation we're in now. That is the #1 cardinal sin in basketball. You cannot clear that bench. Understand that.
Despite everything that's been thrown at Callaway this year, there's one thing that hasn't been taken away. With their probation terminating at the end of the regular season, the Chargers will be eligible for the state playoffs and still have a chance to three-peat and defend the 5A crown. Many programs could have crumbled under the same probation the Chargers faced, but for Malik Newman and his teammates, their quest to building a dynasty at Callaway is just getting started.